Maybe there's a burger in this Ifrit box. That's not a burr. That's a
collar.
Yeah, kind of goth collar.
Huh.
Use it as a headband or bracelet if you want to.
I'm guessing that means that we could probably like alter the position, like on the character.
Maybe.
I think that would look good on yeah, Milla.
Okay. Where is it though?
There it is.
Can't even find it on her.
Zoom in. There it is.
Okay, it's just around her neck. She just has a little choker.
Yeah, that doesn't look all that great, though.
Yeah, that's... Her design's a little bit too busy as it is. She really doesn't need anything. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I think they kind of... She already has enough going on.
Mm-hmm. I really can't think of anyone else that the collar would work on, unfortunately.
Maybe when combined with, like, other stuff. But welcome back to some Tales of Xillia. I'm the Comic Foil.
I'm the Green Scorpion.
And last time we accidentally fell into a side quest and did pretty well with it.
Yeah, no, we did. We actually managed to stop the miasma from destroying this world. Yet another source of destruction for Olympius.
Yes.
This place can't catch a break, apparently.
Nobody will ever know about it. Nobody will ever be able to thank us. We are headed to the Dimensional Breach, and I am running around random encounters because I don't feel like it right now.
I mean, we kind of grinded to heck in the Tatalia Abyss.
We are so ground. We are ground like tea.
Tea sounds pretty good right about now, actually. It's cold outside!
Tea. It is. We skipped... It's like he said, we skipped autumn and went straight on into winter over here.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So here's the Dimensional Breach that probably connects the Spirit World... Connects Olympius to the Spirit World, and by extension, the Spirit World into Rize Maxia.
And down there off the cliff is where Mufasa died. Spoilers.
He said he found us sprawled at the foot of this hill.
Let's look for a path down.
What's that?
We must have fallen from there to the bottom of the cliff.
Isn't the rift a little small?
My guess is it's about to collapse. Jumping back through would be a leap of faith.
Count me out! It looks too dangerous! Let's head back to town and figure out another way.
Aw. Okay.
Hey, everyone. If you plan on returning to Rize Maxia, then I think it's time we parted ways.
What?
What? What makes you say that all of a sudden?
I know that we pulled off a successful Spyrite tethering together, and we found out some great news. But I'm afraid the only way to stop Gaius at this point is to fight him. I don't want the way you feel now to get in the way of your true feelings.
I agree. If we can't be honest with ourselves about why we're fighting, then there's no point in fighting in the first place.
In other words, you want us to make our own decision.
It'll be a difficult ride ahead. I guess it only makes sense.
Mind if I have some more time to think? At least until you're all ready to leave?
Sure, of course.
So I guess they have to decide whether or not they actually want to fight Gaius.
Don't let your current emotions get in the way.
I mean, there has been a lot of change in what the main goal of our party
human.
was.
Milla?
And some people like Elise
Sorry,
have kind of
it's
just been
nothing.
here because this is her family.
Mm-hmm. Like, the thing is, at this point... What the?
Another
Wait,
Spyrite
isn't
core?
this-
A clue.
No. Is that
Is that the thing that was on her leg?
It might have been.
Her asperixix? Asperis...
There's no way replacing everything
There you go.
Spyrix with Spyrites is gonna be easy as it sounds. In terms of raw numbers, just think of how many Spyrites we'll need.
It's true. The Spyrites need to be researched, created, distributed. It won't happen overnight.
There is much that needs to be done. But if we can't buy more time, the spirits will go extinct.
I will buy us time. Maxwell said it himself. If we remove the schism, the mana that it contains could sustain Olympius for a considerable amount of time.
And that's what you intend to do?
Yes. It is.
It's a long road ahead for all of us.
But the more pressing problem is Gaius. If we can't stop him, it'll be too late for Olympius.
Yeah.
Yeah, because here's the thing.
Yeah.
So the reason that this is a hard decision right now is because as of right now, they don't know of a way to get back to Reze Maxia
For sure.
effectively.
Yeah, like, jumping through that thing might get us back there. It's hard to be sure.
Yeah, so the thing is, if they fight Gaius,
Yeah.
that means they would have to stay in Olympias.
I don't understand.
Because...
The spirit fossil came off. How is she able to continue walking?
Huh.
Yep, that spirit fossil is from the Asperixis.
Yeah.
Getting pretty hungry here. How long has it been since I've had one of Mom's...
Not the time, Jude!
Alright, fine. Fine.
But anyway, if they're gonna fight Gaius, they'd have to stay in Olympias
Yeah.
and dispel the schism. As a result, they're not entirely sure whether they're gonna be able to get back to Reze Maxia or not. So that's the reason why the decision is so hard as of right now.
Yeah. And I mean, for people like Leia and Rowan and even Elise, they have family over there.
Exactly.
I mean, Drizel's over there and Leia's parents is over there.
Well, yeah,
in
they are.
Reze Maxia. I guess most of Alvin's family is here, so
Alvin would have no issues with it, but...
he just has his cousin, but he also wants to do something about it. Also, Alvin is going to want to be a part of saving Olympias, because I think Gaius' plan right now is just like, hey, if we destroy Olympias, then Reze Maxia can live. If I don't do something, no one's going to live. Because he doesn't...
He doesn't see the potential in Spyrites the way these guys do.
Yeah.
He said it himself. He doesn't want to rely on something as menial as potential.
Yeah.
He wants certainty.
Yeah. So, do you take a, let's be generous and say a 75% chance of saving everyone and a 25% chance of everyone dying, or a 100% chance that your half of the people live and everybody else dies?
This is Infamous 2 all over
Yeah.
again.
Feel free to use this room whenever you like. We're all friends here. Alright, gonna rest up. I thought that was gonna be a sub-event, and then he turned around and it was Balin.
See, those swings aren't just for kids.
What are you doing,
Well, some
Alvin?
people said in the comments, and I agree, they're protected against non-Olympians. So that's why Alvin's
Figured
able
I'd
to sit
stay
on the
away,
swing.
since everyone's
They
so sick of me.
repel manalobes.
Maybe because you're a big fat liar.
Yeah, that's just who I am, all right. And what about you, Elise? Wondering what to do?
Yeah. I just don't know what the right choice is.
We're getting a classic, like, everyone
Well, you're talking
contemplates
to the
before
wrong
the
guy.
big battle.
I don't know much about being a kid. Never really had a childhood.
So were you a member of Exodus ever since you were just a little boy?
Yeah, that's right. I thought it was okay to trick people. When things would go bad, I'd just disappear. I'd take the path of least resistance. I pretty much just did whatever didn't hurt me, that's all.
Then, does that mean you won't be going with Milla and Jude?
You know what? That kid forces me to wake up and smell reality. They're all just so mature. The way they hide their real feelings about me.
Oh, now I get it. You're lonely, aren't you, Alvin?
I've never been much for expressing my feelings, I suppose. But even if they do hate me, I have to stick it out. I'm not leaving this time.
So does that mean that you really want to be their friend again?
I've learned that building real trust with people takes a lot more work than you think.
Being a grown-up sounds like an awful lot of pain.
It seems like the older you get, the tougher it is to share your feelings with others. Anyway, no one will want to be friends with me until I can make the first move. It's hard, but it sure beats being alone.
I wonder what I'm supposed to do now. What do I have to do to become happy?
Well, it's different for everyone. You just have to find what works for you. I'm sure you know what you want by now.
I guess so. It hasn't been easy, but I've learned a lot traveling with everybody. I know that. I definitely don't want to stop, that's for sure.
Oh,
I
thanks,
want to
Control
keep on
Bear.
learning more, and I want to make some new friends.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me.
Some help you are.
I told you, I'm the wrong guy to ask about this stuff. Sorry about that, kid. Huh?
Aw. Forgiveness.
That's a thank you. I just wanted you to know that from now on, I'm gonna be your friend, okay?
Bye!
Oh, Elise!
I'm so proud of her.
How come the kids are the wisest people in this group?
Well, I would argue that since Alvin never had a childhood, he was never able to mature past childhood.
Oh man, that was a great moment just now.
Yeah, I like it. I'm ready to. I'm ready to be okay with Alvin being around.
Trouble
I don't forgive him
sleeping,
for
young
things,
miss?
but you know.
Yeah,
This is a good one.
I still haven't made up my mind. What about you?
I've reached a decision. I have decided to go with them.
I had a feeling
I
Rowan
see.
wouldn't have too much trouble deciding.
Yeah.
I wonder
no.
if I'm the only one who's still on the fence.
You're not alone.
Huh?
When Lord Klein passed away, I inherited the keys to the kingdom, along with many doubts.
But eventually you figured out what to do, right? I used to think that everything works out if you do your best, but I've been proven wrong every time.
Does Agria still haunt you?
I keep thinking there might have been something else I could have done for her.
I know that feeling well.
Oh, you mean with King Noctigal?
Am I that easy to read? Let me tell you, life does not become any simpler the older you get. But I must say, I am a bit surprised by you.
In what way?
I was under the impression that Jude was the one who occupied your every waking thought.
Come on now, don't be silly. Is it obvious?
Yes, I'm afraid it is.
It's hard
You
for me
know,
because
I once thought that if I
I
became
definitely
a
want
nurse,
Jude and Milla
that I might
together
find happiness.
more than anything else, but like, Leia
After
deserves something
all,
good.
When Jude's happy,
Man.
I'm happy. Simple enough, right? But now, I'm starting to get the feeling that Jude just might be better off without me. I mean, I don't want to get in his way again, you know?
Leia, you deserve better than this.
Leah, would you like to know what my reasons are and why I've decided to go along with Jude and Milla?
Are you willing to tell me?
Yeah, Rowan's not a super secretive guy.
I would like to be there to walk with them in the future that they wish to create.
That sounds like you.
But that's not all.
Huh?
I plan to take the lead and pull the two of them along behind me. That is my true desire.
And I? What do I really want?
That's the question of this
I think
entire
you
game,
already
isn't it?
know your answer, miss.
What I really want is to see Jude's smiling face again. I suppose that's it. That's a good reason, isn't it?
It'll do.
Let's also not forget, here's the thing, Leia. The flawed reason, the flaw in your reasoning here, that you think Jude would be better off without you, if it wasn't for you, Jude would probably be dead via Alvin's gun.
Yeah. And via a bunch of other stuff, honestly.
You are important, Leia.
I guess it's just tough because she doesn't have as much of a sense of self. She really does.
Hey,
Not unlike, Muse or a lot of these other
Don't you wanna
characters
sit?
pledge herself to Jude.
She puts others before herself,
Yeah.
especially Jude.
But I mean, that's what makes her happy, so that's good
not
enough.
really.
And I hope someday
To
she
be
can learn
honest,
to, find
I'm
things
so
that are just
scared
for
I can't
her,
even
but
sleep.
if right now all she has to go on is that she
I told you
likes
before.
being
If we
there
can
for her
just
friends,
dispel
then
the
that's good
schism,
enough.
I'll handle
Anyway,
everything
Jude and
from
Milla.
there. There's no reason for you to be afraid.
Milla! If the schism disappears, so will the temporal crossroads, right?
Huh.
Yes. The destruction of the schism means the death of Maxwell.
But does that mean the death of
The
Milla?
temporal crossroads were born from Maxwell and that unique spirit climb, so they will vanish too.
Why? Why didn't I realize what's happened to you? I know. You never told me because you wanted me to find my own answer first. Isn't that right?
I was thinking maybe when she, appeared to have died and the Force saved her, maybe that, somehow is the reason why
Milla?
she's able to walk without that.
It was just easier for me that way.
Huh?
The entity known as Maxwell is essential for the spirits. So they will need a new Maxwell.
Then we won't be able to stay together anymore?
The sadness of parting is a human emotion. Such emotions no longer apply to me.
Has she had less emotion this whole time,
And
or
there's no
is she
other
just
way.
trying to be strong and ignore it?
She's trying to be strong and ignore it. She wants to stay with, her friends and Jude and whatnot, but...
She's putting her duty ahead
Maxwell
of that.
created me, so perhaps he could restore my human body.
The schism dies, Maxwell dies, the spirits will no longer have a great lord.
Jude,
Someone needs to fill that role.
is that what you
Okay,
really
so it's
want?
not that Mila's going to die, it's that she's gonna have to be the next Maxwell, so...
And as a result, she
Let's
will have to
create
stay
a
in the
new
spirit
future
world.
for
and she's
all
not
the
gonna be able to
spirits
go to
and
prom
people
with
in the
Jude or
world.
whatever.
Nope.
And let's create it together.
Together.
Oh, hi!
Gaius!
Just relax. I've come here to tell you something, and that's all.
Well? What then?
You're
We are
toast,
ready to
kid.
commence our operation, to wipe out every Spyrix in Olympias.
So your attack from before was just to check whether spy rights were usable?
Exactly.
You came here to tell us that?
No. Listen. You have a dream for the future of the world that is vastly different from mine. So,
Take it easy.
this is a piece of Muse's power.
It's a smaller space sword.
The
It's a
power to
space
slice
dagger.
through space? What of it?
Here, I give you a chance to return to Riza Maxia quietly, if you choose to.
You'd still offer us a chance to end things peacefully.
Gaius, you know full well that we can't walk the same path. Not anymore.
If
Aw,
you
man,
wish
Gaius
to
is
make
such
your
a bro,
dream
though.
a reality, then come and face me. I
What a
won't run,
bamf.
and I won't
I
hide.
love this guy.
Gaius is... Here's the
Wait.
thing. The cool thing
What
about...
about Muse?
Oh.
She is very torn. She has incredible power, yet she knows not how to use it. In hindsight, I was cruel to force such a weak person to become strong so suddenly.
He wants to save her too, doesn't he?
Hey. I know I might just be fighting for selfish reasons now, but I know that I have to go face Gaius.
What about your reasoning is selfish, Jude?
I need to get a grip on these fragile feelings. Otherwise, I won't become the adult I want to be. So, Milla, if I ever stray from my path, promise me that you'll be there to remind me who I really am.
I will.
Rad.
I love the fact that this game has an example of a villain who's not really a villain. He's the antagonist, but he's not a villain.
Yeah, no, he just has his own ways. I mean, he is going to genocide an entire reality, but
He's just so good. Like, I love Gaius as an antagonist.
there's a villain in Tales of Vesperia, which I won't talk
That
too
might have
much
been the best
about
sleep I've had
in
in
case
my
you guys are
entire life.
interested in
I was dead
that
to the
game.
world.
But I feel like Gaius is the cool version of him. Like, I know
who you're talking
I
about.
know this guy from Vesperia has his fans, but I
won't bore you
never
with my
really
reasons,
liked him.
though.
I always felt like he was one of the more disappointing things about that game's plot, and I feel like Gaius is that done right.
Thanks, Leia. Let's do our best.
Like, Gaius is that one villain from Vesperia that you wanted.
Yeah,
coming too.
because he's around the whole
And me
time, you
three.
understand what he's about.
I shall accompany you as well.
Wouldn't do for the only Olympian here to sit this one out.
Gotta represent your home team, Alvin.
So you've made up your minds.
Then there's something we need to tell you. Check this out.
I believe with that we're
Nifty
gonna be
knife.
able to warp
Gaius
back and
brought
forth.
this to us last night. He called it a piece of Muse's power.
Does that mean we could use it to tear open the breach?
Looks like it.
Gaius truly is inscrutable.
He's mocking us.
I don't think so. We might be fighting against one another, but he's a good guy.
Nice to see her actually talking to me.
Well,
I appreciate it. Thanks.
She's been talking to him.
you're welcome.
I guess she was kind of like, hey, I don't think we can be friends right now.
It's a bummer there's
I need
nobody
more
here
time.
to send off the heroes.
That shouldn't be a problem.
We'll just have to accept that we're unsung heroes.
Who needs an adoring crowd? Let's have a pre-battle cheer.
If you insist.
Ah,
Couldn't hurt.
Make sure to put some feeling into it.
Indeed. Here goes nothing. Everyone, let's finish what we started.
Yeah!
Team Xillia. Brave Xillia?
Maybe.
Nah, it doesn't have the same ring as Brave Vesperia.
The mighty Maxwells. Jude's Brood. Item steal.
Oh yeah, snag something good.
Is it really okay to steal like that?
It's
Course
fine, I'm
it
a
is.
rogue.
We won that battle fair and square.
Yikes. So might makes right, huh?
Does that mean if we lose, the enemy might take something of ours?
Yep. If we were to lose, the enemies could have Tipo.
What? You can't take Tipo without my permission. Well, let them have your hairband.
Hey, that's off limits.
I had to save up my allowance for weeks to buy this. It's my #1 favorite. But I'm everyone's #1 favorite! Fine, fine. If we lose, we'll just have to sacrifice Alvin's coat.
The hell you will. I love this thing.
And musing about Muse.
I think we're gonna get hit with a lot of skits here.
Yeah.
I'd say it's more that Muse has finally found someone she can rely on. She had been yearning for someone to guide her.
That girl has some big-time dependency issues.
She's like my own dark shadow. I wish we could have met under different circumstances.
Whatever the nature of their relationship, Muse's ability to manipulate dimensional space is now in Gaius's hands. That is no trivial matter.
Agreed. Even the great spirits are no match for a blade that can sever dimensional barriers.
That doesn't sound promising. Should we turn tail and run away?
Yes, let's do that. Do you really think I would say such a thing?
Of course not.
You know me well.
Are you just being sarcastic, Milla?
I think so.
Alright, well...
I'm so proud of her.
We're going to call it there for now. So we are approaching the end of this story. We'll probably look into a little bit more side questing in the
Check the items real
episodes
quick,
to
though.
come.
I gotta check something here. Go to the key items.
The Asperixix, we're
No.
still carrying that around. Muse's knife.
A physical manifestation of Muse's ability to cut through space-time. So does this mean that we are now able to travel between Olympius and Rize Maxia?
I think it's going to want us to go through the dimensional portal we just saw, for starters, for, like, plot reasons. But after that, I think it's going to give us free reign.
I think we're going to have to do some research, because the thing is...
Yes.
We are definitely approaching the final battle here.
You've said that before.
I know. This time for real, though, because, you know, we had the whole classic Tales of series trope of everyone gathering together and, like, you know, talking about what's to come before the grand battle. But what we gotta know here is, do we want to do as much side questing as we can, or as much as we're willing to do before this, and then do the final battle, are we basically stuck here until the post game?
Huh. Yeah. Well, throw us your opinion in the comments below, because you guys know better than we do. Honestly, this is a mostly blind Let's Play. I'm completely blind. Oscar's played this before, doesn't remember everything, so our Let's Play is blind in one eye.
Essentially.
Kind of like Rowan right now, by our choice. Also, okay, so we're just heading towards a final bout with Gaius, which should be the end of the game. But at the risk of taking guesses and figuring out the end of something again, where is Wingle? I'm not comfortable about where Wingle is. We have not seen him. The rest of the Chimeriad is dead. We've talked about how Wingle would usurp Gaius if he ever felt the need.
You know what? The funny thing is, I completely forgot about that.
I don't know. I'm not saying definitely, but might be true final boss Wingle. I'm just putting that out there. We might... I've seen enough other games do this.
I'm not saying anything.
So... Real end of the game coming up? No?
Do you want me to say so for real?
Nah, I wouldn't believe you anyway.
Probably not.
Because Oscar's a big fat liar.
Ugh.